Holiday Dream State fam, it's been a long, long time. Our guest for our first episode of season 2 is a really good friend of mine that is also a touring artist and songwriter. He currently lives in Los Angeles, California, but he reps the island of Guam everywhere him and his family goes. He competed on NBC's American Song Contest on national television, opened up for shows for artists like Fia, Jordan T, Catch a Fire, and just came home to open up for Molly. Everybody, please welcome Jason J.
Hello. Thank you. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jay, how are you?
I am good. I am tired.
Tired, yes.
It's been a long trip. Just trying to do a bunch of different things with the family and music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am blessed to be able to make it today.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Jay, I just want to say thank you so much for making time during this busy trip to come sit down with us.
Thanks.
So you just came back home, and maybe share with me what growing up, what did you listen to? What was being played in the house, and what got you interested into music?
The household was playing a lot of Filipino rock stuff. The old my dad is this old man, and not then, but he listened to the old school hair metal, Guns N' Roses and
really
and Scorpions. So I grew up that was playing in the sound system at the house.
Yeah.
But I went growing up, I went through so many different phases of different genres where I was kind of hardcore for a genre for a couple months or maybe even a year or so. Then I would switch up.
What was the first one?
A lot of the rock stuff. So
Really?
I started to get to this. I started to go to the metal shows, and they had these rock shows down in Adaloop or near the Fishbowl, Akanto Mall.
Yeah.
I think it's Akanto Mall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Peter was talking about in his episode.
Yeah.
The metal scene was pretty popping, huh?
Yeah, and I was just this young kid, just whoa, mosh pits.
Mosh pits.
Yeah, mosh pits. And I was playing guitar already, but it was very basic, and I would have a distortion pedal just make noise and
Yeah.
sound good.
Yeah, metal's kind of crazy, no?
Wow.
Metal's crazy.
Yeah, but the scene was so strong back then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands. I was inspired by a lot of the local bands to get better at music. And then eventually, that phase kind of mellowed out. And I didn't like the aggressiveness of it, and I wanted something a little more chill. I started writing songs, and I was into but prior to the rock stuff, there was a little hip hop era. You know, I remember having a picture where I had this yellow FUBU shirt that Shamara always rags on me about.
Yeah.
This is back in the days. I had frosted tips on my spikes on my hair.
Frosted tips. You had frosted tips?
Yeah, and I used to wear a visor. It was
visor.
freaking wild.
That's what they do now with the fake hair and
Yeah,
stuff. Dang,
yeah.
you were rocking that back then?
Back then, for a little bit.
How old were you rocking that?
I want to say I was sophomore high school.
Ooh.
Freshman.
Sorry, sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
not
okay.
offending
It's
you.
okay. I mean, I'm not. Those photos are
Can we pull
buried.
back a picture, because I would love to see that.
No way. There's no way. That was deep in the family
I
album.
was doing my research. I didn't see no frosted tips with
you
the
ain't gonna
visor.
find those. Those are on hard print pictures.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't dig that deep enough.
Yeah, it was in there. So I mean, we went from hip hop to rock, and then I started getting to my favorite phase, which was the singer songwriter types, a lot of Jack Johnson. I listened to a lot of Jack Johnson, and then there's stuff like Jason Mraz and all those kind of individual singer songwriter types, that would have live bands behind them, and that's where it kind of started. My writing started coming from that kind of music I was listening to at that time, and a lot of the SoCal reggae early on, the early Pepper stuff, Pepper music, and Then from then I was kind of just been sitting in that, but I do a lot of alternative music, and that's coming back now, into my newer stuff. Then the more I'm creating, I'm maybe not so island reggae for the next one.
Yeah, heard that.
It's kind of breaking me out of that, just to see where I can grow from
Yeah,
there.
I know that's a big thing. Reggae with a mix of something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone just keeps be doing it.
Yeah, just what's your combination?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your,
What do you like? What do you like?
Exactly. Everyone's fusing everything now.
Yep.
It's crazy.
How old are you when you started writing?
I was in sophomore high school. So
High school.
Yeah. I started
the frosted
young.
tips.
Yeah, frosted.
The
a
frosted
little bit
tips
after
got
the-
you inspired.
A little bit after the frosted tips, I started having
Okay,
this
okay.
long hair and I just let it grow. You know, when I started listening. So the frosted tips were like the hip hop time.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, I went into like this rock. So I just let it all grow, and it was just like this gnarly raccoon on my head. You know.
So when you first started, like, what were you writing about? Were you writing about chicks?
I was writing about chicks. Yeah.
I figured.
And at that time, it's weird because I look back and I think like when I listened to the older stuff, I was like, whoa, I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, what made me make those lines or rhyme those words or those words? And like, it's almost like, because the writing started in English class and it was poetry section. That's the time I started writing with Tim Balahudja. And we were, instead of reciting a poem you had to write for class, we would just write a song. And you use the rhyme scheme like A, B kind of lines. And we just kind of came up with melodies and chords for that. So it gave us, like the English class gave us like a structure for our songwriting. We just used that. And then from there, it kind of, snowballed into its own
Would you
thing.
guys like perform the songs in class?
I did. So I would be like, man, I remember like being so nervous just to recite before.
Dude, yeah.
And like my palms would be sweating and it's my turn to recite. And then, so the moment I realized like the teacher would let us sing it, like that became my shield. Like the guitar is my shield. Public speaking, I don't like doing.
Yeah.
Like singing.
While we're on this
public
podcast,
I'm better now, but man, if you asked me to do this like 10 years ago, it would be a nightmare.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. It
Same.
takes growth, be able to express and talk.
So you first started writing like sophomore year of high school. When did you know you could sing though? Like how did you know you had that deep voice of yours?
I mean, sophomore year, the voice was there, but not there. It was more like when I kind of wrote it out, just writing a little bit through sophomore, junior, and then by the time senior year came, I was already like a lot more confident in my writing.
Yeah.
And then as far as knowing when I sang, I don't know if there's an actual moment where I was like, oh, I could sing.
Yeah.
I still sometimes think like, like I hear, like I love your voice. Like I was saying the other night when I watched you live, I was like, I've never heard you hit an off note.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are saying that all night, but I think you're lying,
no,
bruh.
we're not, sis. We're not lying.
But thank you though, thank you.
So
Thank you. Hell
big
yeah.
ups on you. So,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So for me, I've always stuck by like my songwriting sword, more than like how good of a singer I could be, because I do a lot of stuff to my body that makes it hard to sing. Staying up late, staying up late at night,
Yep.
and just not drinking enough water sometimes.
Heard that.
But yeah, so a lot of the writing from then on, like right after high school is when 2007 is when I dropped my CD to Chris Barnett at I-94. And
you dropped the
I remember,
CD?
yeah, I remember like some of my boys saying they're close friends with Chris, and they're telling me like the Kamachili guys were saying, "Yo, just drop your CD off to him, and like he'll play it." Like I-94 plays original music, like local music. So I just let you go up to Chris.
Sick.
I saw him in the work. He's like, "Hey, dude, my CD."
That's sick. How did you record that?
I recorded that in Jotnia, like at a friend's house, and it was like this super hot room. There was no AC. We had to turn the AC off. It was a hot box. I'm sweating. So I'm like, hurry up. Let's finish. I'm just dripping in sweat. There are only demos. That's the crazy thing. So I didn't even understand the process of recording, right? I go into this guy, and he's like more of a hip hop producer.
Okay.
And we record this demo. He burns me a CD for me to listen to, and I go take it to the radio station and put it on air.
That's crazy.
But that blew, like from there on, like those are the days before streaming, So I dropped the CD to him, and the only place you could hear the songs were calling I-94.
Yeah.
For the longest time, before any other radio station.
That is so
it's like
wild.
Yeah, people would have to call it in to hear it,
Yeah, and shout out to Chris Barnett.
Yeah. Chris Barnett, dude.
Shout out Chris Barnett.
Senator.
Malfunction, bro.
Yeah.
So right, but for high school too, you went to Notre Dame, right?
I did, ND.
And did Songfest already happen?
I did, yeah. We did a Songfest with me and Tim. I think we did 2 Songfests, if I'm not mistaken. And Frankie McJohn always talks about how he won. I don't know.
Don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that win, but I know our song was good. But it was fun. It was like a nice, friendly competition,
So you and Tim would just co-write?
Yeah, we co-wrote it, and then we like just taught it to the class, which is really cool, right?
That is
But
super cool.
even by that time, by senior year Songfest, like we had already been known as the songwriters at school. So we would have
Sick.
like lunchtime jam sessions, and people would like circle around us.
Dang, you were on the
It
clock.
became a thing, yeah. Like we used to play basketball for lunch religiously.
Yeah.
Like in ND, while people are sitting in the bleachers, we have a little crowd, and and then we paused that, and we just started.
And then
picking up
jam?
yeah. And I got to a point where I didn't even play basketball my senior year
Because you were just
because
jamming?
I was like I don't want to go to practice.
Oh.
I want to write,
Oh,
So,
you were on the team.
yeah, I was on the team.
All 4 years?
Sophomore, freshman, sophomore, and junior. And
Okay.
then senior year, which is my last year, people were like, "You're crazy. You're crazy. You did all 3 years of high school, and now your senior year, you want to cancel,
Yeah.
But I would literally try to leave school early to write. Like I got so addicted to it. It's crazy.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Half a day, everybody. We have Island Phil's 3 coming up on September 20th, 2025 at the UOG Fieldhouse. Get your tickets at clutch-music.com. Headlining by Spawn Breezy. See you guys there. When did you join your first band, or were you always just like, nah, I'm just gonna do this?
I had a band back in the day. We were called Nonami.
Nonami?
No, I'm sorry. The first band was with Tim Alhaja. We were just jamming, writing
Okay.
our songs, so back and forth.
Yeah.
And then we had some of our classmates in high school were jamming with us, but then Tim had left to the States, and I was still in Guam. And then I formed a band called Nonami, which is literally no name, but we just pronounced it wrong differently.
Oh. Okay.
It's a weak name. We could have chose a cooler name, but
No, honestly, like coming up with a band name, it's
hard.
really hard.
you have to really put thought into that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it has to be catchy, it has to be like quick.
It
And,
has to be.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to regret it later after you've been pushing it so long.
No, yeah. And then also, too, when you get booked up for things and like if the name is silly and then you see it on the flyer and it's just like,
And
that's us.
yeah. At the time, it seemed cool,
Yeah, the time it seems cool. And so, like, they're announcing it and you're like,
Yeah. Now it
doesn't work.
Yeah, cringe every time.
yeah.
So yeah, I was in a band called Nonami. We were playing like songs like "Drunk Love" back in the day. Some of the earlier stuff I wrote. And then after that, I started jamming with Danaj. And Danaj is like Anna D, Anna Girl Chrysostomo, who else? Dan Tapaznia, Frankie, RJ Pereira.
Okay.
So like we were all these artists who had so many songs with each of us.
Yeah.
So we could do like 7-8 hours of music if you wanted to.
Holy moly.
like we
How
had-
many singers?
Like I want to say 5 or 6 of us.
Wow.
And everybody had their songs.
Wow.
And we would all play. At that time, I didn't know how to sing harmonies.
Okay.
So when I wasn't singing, I would step off the stage because I felt like I was just kind of like in the back, like, oh, I didn't want to
Felt
step
that.
on everyone's toes.
Yeah.
And then after that, I started playing acoustic with my sister, Nikki, and Francis. And we did like 3 to 4 years residency at Carmen's Cha-Cha-Cha.
Really?
In the Ganya, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. We had a long residency over there, and that was a vibe because that's where I learned to sing harmony.
Yeah.
Because it was like broken down, there was less people, and my
Just
sister
the
was
three
really
of you?
good. Yeah, just the 3 of us. My little sister was really good at singing, so she was actually showing me how to harmonize. And then I got to lock in with her and Francis Cruz.
Yeah.
And that was a nice little trio.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
How many other bands was playing at Carmen's?
At that time, I don't know.
I didn't even know Carmen's had live music like
yeah,
that.
we were there like Friday nights, Thursday nights.
That's
Over the years,
cool.
it switched around, right?
Yeah.
But it was once a week, almost for that, like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like popping up on the scene? Was it like, were you already in the scene while in high school, or was it after high school and then you started?
It was after high school, yeah. It was just at my school, right? So we would record, we record these YouTube videos. The YouTube videos were a big part of the early start, where we would record ourselves just as high schoolers and put the videos on YouTube, but also strip the audio and put those on CDs, and we'll burn CDs and just throw them around the school. And even to this day, I run into people that are like, yo, I have the burnt CDs still.
Dude, that's cool.
And it's just, it has our names on it, the songs and stuff. And yeah, so within the, I guess, the community, we started penetrating just off of those CDs. Like the kids I went to school with would share it with their cousins from other schools and
Sick.
slowly spread. And then the radio drop is what made it more. The radio drops were the demos I recorded in the studio, right? And yeah, after high school is when I started playing out, when it became legal to play out,
Yeah.
back when I was 18 years old to go to a bar. And yeah, I started playing around town. I did that for many, many years to a point
Yeah.
where, for me it was sad, right? Because I felt like I needed to change something because when I first started, I have so many friends that would come to watch me. And then by years later, it's no friends because they're like, oh, I'll watch Jay later.
No, it'd be like that.
And I'm like playing. I'm like, dude, what am I here for? Like, I'm here to play for my friends and my
You're
people.
right. Nothing's worse when like you're there at the gig and you're like, yeah, I can't wait for
Yeah.
my friends to come.
And
And
they
then
don't
by the last
come.
set, none of your friends are there.
Like the ones that matter, right? Those friends that matter. Like it got to
But then it's also true, right? Like you can't expect them to come every time. So it's like,
yeah, I know.
but those be the
part of
worst
it.
when you're just so excited and no one be showing up and it's just like, yeah.
Just like some drunk military guy. Like, you again?
Wait, how late would you be playing?
Dude, so here's the thing. I would finish like 3 a.m. and then go
3
eat
a.m..
and come home. I'll be pulling back to Windward and my dad's going to work. And I'm just like,
No.
and he's shaking his head. And I was like, man. So those nights were like back in the day, those were later nights.
How many nights a week were you doing that? Because I couldn't even imagine like vocal health, like
Yeah.
till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I definitely, my voice is definitely very, how would I say this? Rugged. It's been through a lot, It still goes through a lot. Like,
Yeah.
And now I just have better ways of like taking care of it or doing damage control before it gets too bad.
For sure.
But yeah, there was like times where, it got to the point of like 3-4 nights a week. But it picked up even more when I got out to the States and I started playing the bars where me and a collective of guys were playing like 5-6 nights a week.
Once you moved.
Which what?
Once you moved?
Once I moved to the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, there was like a niche where they had like
Dang.
these bars that would like, they just loved island kind of reggae music, So
Yeah.
we would play 5-6 nights a week, but maybe 3 or 4 of those are like 2 gig days or triple gig days. Where I'm gone for like,
Oh, you be grinding like that.
grinding like that. We're just getting all this cash, and it was
Yeah,
cool,
cha-ching,
But it was a lot of Bob Marley. It's a lot of like
Yeah.
Sublime.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't really putting my music in.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where I said like for me, I got stuck in like I got stuck for a while and like just playing for money.
Yeah.
Like and not even that much money, just survival, pocket money, gas money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So-
until
Maybe let's go back to how many years of gigging did you put here on Guam before you're like, yeah, I got to dip out?
So I graduated high school in 06, started playing shortly after graduating. And then I left 2010. So 2011. So
Okay.
from then on, I was running around here playing, coming home late,
Yeah.
running around. So I left Guam in 2011 for music school.
Music school.
Yeah. I went to MI, which is right smack dab in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Musicians Institute. Yeah.
I never knew you did that.
Yeah. It was a 9-month course. I took like a program. Like there's a few other Guam guys. Like Alex Lugo went there, and he took like the drum program, which is like a 2-year course. And mine was just called the Independent Artist Program.
Wow.
And it was just 9 months, like a crash course. They give you like music lessons, songwriting lessons or classes, digital design, recording, everything to make like an album.
Real?
Yeah, and then business class, like marketing class.
And how did you hear about that?
Dude, I was like, I got sick of playing myself out on island. Like I just felt like I was like, man, I'm doing it too much. Like none of the friends are here anymore.
Yeah.
I started to like just get like I need some kind of change. I went through a breakup at that time too, so I felt like I just wanted to do something radical.
Yeah.
So I looked online and I remember seeing this website for this advertisement. I forgot where it was exactly, but for MI, and I pressed a video, and it's a Guam guy, and I still haven't met this Guam guy, but he's like on the website for the school, and he's like, oh, I'm from Guam, I'm taking the guitar program here, and
That's
then I literally said, that's
crazy.
it, boom, pulled the trigger, yeah, and I split,
9 months. And like, Were you left by yourself?
Yeah, I left by myself. Got my fiance now, got her pregnant right before I left.
Oh.
You know, I got her pregnant right before I left. So it was 9 months of school. So right when I graduated, I had a baby.
Dang.
You know? Yeah, no, I mean that whole pregnancy was beautiful until the very end. It got really rough with delivery. So my daughter's special needs. So we had to leave Guam because the healthcare wasn't right here for her to take care of her. So we've been out there since, you know.
So you moved out there for school, and then she was about to give birth.
She came back home to give birth.
Oh.
Yeah, she came back home to give birth, and I was on a plane, like right when she went into labor.
Yeah.
I was riding the plane and like got bad news when I got to Hawaii about
the
delivery, and so I had to like ride from Hawaii to Guam, like with
just
like hearing the worst news, and just that flight from the last leg was just gnarly. So I landed and it was so heavy, but we decided that we just got to get off Guam and just leave, and went back to California, back to where I was going to school at.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I had my aunt that was living out there, so we got some of that family help out there, and we just decided that it's a better place for her.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you know, a lot, like in LA, I'm a big advocate for like I try to help as much as I can, but like these local families that come out to Children's Hospital in LA, like that's where my daughter's been seen since we left Guam. So we like know the doctors, we know the nurses, like we go in there, they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you. Like they go, like nurses would go check my daughter's room when they see her name on the list. Like nurses that we had over the years, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it was 2018, we spent 9 months at the hospital of the year, like living there because of hospital like admissions. So I'll be like in the cafeteria and I see these families with Guam shirts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, hey, half a day, you know.
It must
like,
be so comforting for them to just like see a familiar face.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just,
I mean,
like,
sometimes
see
they
you
didn't even
guys.
know me, which is totally fine. It's like I'm not there for like the recognition. It's just more like, do you guys need anything? Like, what's the status of your living situation?
Yeah.
Because they put them in like Ronald McDonald House, but it's like, man, it's right there in Hollywood. It's crazy. If like you're from out of town, it's a shock, you know. So maybe one day we can try to figure out how we can bridge the gap and make that an easier transition for Guam families. You know, and I'm in talks with some people about seeing what we could do for that. Because I'm one of those families, we don't have to travel from Guam, we live out there, but we're in the same shoes as them, like when we're dealing with the healthcare in the States, you know?
And that's kind of crazy. So you did 9 months with that music program, but then right after 9 months, you just went straight to being a dad.
Straight to being a dad of a medically fragile child, which is like a different twist because there's like the constant thought of like thinking, how long does my child have while I'm out wasting time at a bar gig?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm away for like 4 hours. So
Yeah.
that's a battle I've always had. But now, I see how like she fuels like my dreams and ambitions and our family's dreams and ambitions. And like, she's like, man, like so many things have opened up because of the people we met because of her.
Yeah.
You know, so she's constantly opening
That's
these
so beautiful.
amazing doors. Like,
Yeah.
and it, you know, it blows my mind. So
Yeah. And then what was it like trying to create that balance of just like being a family man, being a dad, but also like still showing up for your music and like for your art?
yeah, it's always been challenging. But I'm also blessed for my other half, and like she gets like the struggle I'm in. She's like, when she first met me, I was already doing music. So
Yeah.
and she's never like pulled me away from that. Never like tried to steer me a different direction. She's always been supportive, and that's the only reason I've been able to find a balance. Because you know, it's like sometimes I'll go on tour. When I used to go on tour for like 2-3 months, being away and leaving her in charge of the household, and you know, sometimes we have nursing shifts, and a lot of times we don't have nursing shifts.
Yeah.
So there's a 24-hour care around the clock. So if you have the night shift, which I normally do, and I'm on tour, she's doing the night shift, which is 9 p.m. to 9 a.m.
Wow.
And like you cannot sleep. Like you have to be awake and be watching monitors and like giving medications, repositioning. So
Shout out to the other half. I've been
shout out to
holding it
Shamara
down.
Tilahi.
Yep. Shout out,
Love
girl.
you, babe. You're killing it.
Shout out, girl.
Yeah.
And then when you so you were taking care of your daughter, trying to raise family, trying to create some music. What was it like when like trying to find community?
For the longest time, it was me playing down in Hollywood which is not where the island community is. It's a very rock and roll driven,
I
very
bet.
pop driven.
Hollywood, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so we started getting gigs down there because we were different, and they're like, oh, maybe a reggae Sundays would be cool. And next thing you know, we have a gig right on the boulevard, like right outside the bar is the Stars.
Yeah.
Even my school, right outside the front door of the school is the Stars.
Yeah.
Like you're right in the smack dab of the craziness. So I kind of worked for a little bit, but I wasn't like expanding until I started going towards the ocean, towards like Hermosa Beach. Started linking with like Tomorrow's Bad Seeds. Those guys like had really got me into the scene. You know, I started playing shows with them, gigs with them, and they would let me open for them. And then it slowly grew. Started meeting all the island bands, and now it's like, you know, I'm one of the locals over there, part of the scene.
Yeah. What is it like raising kids in LA? But I mean, I'm sure you have to raise your daughter in the way you have to. What is it like raising Chase?
Yeah, raising my daughter is a totally different. It's a safe.
Totally
it's like a
different.
safe bubble we have at home, right? So like, my son is complete opposite because now it's hard to control like germs, or like he's going to school and like coming home like with runny nose, and not to make my daughter sick, which would lead to a hospital admission. You know, so we have like these safe bubbles of like, once someone started getting sick, we have like our protocol to do at home. And we kind of we have to distance from my daughter or what it may be, you know. But man, the kids out there in the States are something else.
Are they?
So we're about to put my son into homeschool, which we're all really excited for.
Right when you go back?
Yeah, when we get back, when he starts school again, it's gonna be homeschool.
No.
Yeah, and it's like now we have freedom, and people really like. I have a lot of friends, a lot of Chase's jiu-jitsu buddies who have been homeschooled. And like the stigma, if you normally drop your kid to a regular school system, like they think homeschool like makes weirdos or makes like strange kids, but that's not the truth. Yeah. The truth is that there's programs put out by the government that give you funding to do jiu-jitsu, do art classes, go to concerts, go to museums. You know, there's a lot of funding for it now, and you can actually control. You're not throwing your kid in a mix of random kids who have access, let's say 100% internet, like free roaming. There's parents out there who let their kid roam and are not checking like what they're doing on the internet.
For real.
You know, that's a scary kids, because they're like, now they're coming to my boy and like, have you seen this? Or have you seen this? So it's like, I'm just trying to, it's like not a sheltering thing, but it's like, yeah, we got to like protect our kids in a certain ways, you know, because everything they learn like will affect them as they grow.
For sure.
So we're really excited to do homeschool because.
Are you and Sham, you guys are gonna do it like both be teachers?
Yeah. And there's also like online assistance for a few days a week. So it's not just like us just pulling out a book, and there's different ways to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And we're home a lot now too, so I'm very selective of like shows I take. If like the number's not right, it doesn't make sense. I'm more needed at home than I am at a show.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my family needs me before like anything else. So for me, it has to make sense financially to leave my family and put the burden on my wife while I'm gone, you know?
Here in my notes, you dropped your Luminosity EP 2017.
Yes.
Yeah? What was it like finding producers? So you made this EP out in LA?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the process like of like finding producers and finding people who you want to work with?
You know, the biggest thing is finding someone that you can trust, that doesn't drive you in the direction they want so much. Or if they are driving you in a direction, it's because they are taking consideration of what you want as an artist, right? Because it's so easy to run into people who are like have an ego, where like, no, I want this for you.
So easy.
They tell you what they want for you and don't even give you room to say what you want, you know? So I've always worked. I haven't had too many bad producer situations. I've always been blessed to like agree to something where like I feel the energy is good with the person.
Yeah.
And this Luminosity is done with Mehdi. Mehdi Hassin. He's one of the teachers at the music school.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he was the main guy running Pro Tools he was teaching the Pro Tools class, recording class at MI. And he took us under, and he had all these connections for cool studios.
Oh, that's
so
sick.
We recorded Luminosity at Seahorse Sound Studio in downtown LA. And it was an old school building. It used to be a handbag factory. So like the mixing room was upstairs where the boss used to look down at the workers. And then the live room is downstairs.
That's sick.
It was sick. It's a concrete building.
Yeah. How many people were on that project?
That was Austin, Shabby, Nate, Riley. Who am I missing? Me. Oh, I'm missing. Austin, Shabby, Nate, Riley.
Riley.
Me.
Is Riley
Anthony
from Guam?
No, Riley's from Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah. And then Anthony Francisco. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. When did you meet like Shabby and Austin and Nate?
They came out. Nate was actually out there a little bit before me. Damn, I'm so stuck on the years.
Yeah.
all
So sorry,
mushed
listeners. Shabby, Austin, and Nate, they're all a part of Jay's band.
Yeah, all Guam boys.
Yeah, all Guam boys, including Peter,
And
Peter
including
Cruz.
Peter, Yep.
But then you always your bass player always changes, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like even for this show we had Pooks and
Pooks on the
Josh.
drums, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when people can make it, and if they can't make it, they're already booked. Then I got to figure out like a situation.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I know a thing about that.
Today.
I know a thing about that actually.
But yeah, you know.
They moved out. Did they move out around like the same time as you?
No, it's kind of staggered.
Yeah, scattered.
It was definitely a staggered time frame, but whenever they did come out, you know, I was already in contact with them. I met Nate out there, started jamming with Nate, and then Shabby came out, started jamming with Shabby, and then Austin. I remember coming for a trip back with. Early on, I came back for a show for Guam, and I ran into Austin down here in Tumon.
Yeah.
Singing with Didi.
Yeah.
And NK.
Yeah.
And blew my mind. I went up to him. I was like,
Bruh.
dude, if you ever come to the States, please hit me up. Like, would love to sing with you.
And now he's just like such an important, like a crucial part of your set.
Dude, he's my dog.
That
man.
voice is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Austin's
he's my
voice is
harmony.
crazy.
Like, yeah, he really helps lock it in with the rest of the band too for the
Mm-hmm.
vocals. You know, very crucial. And then none of that, but he just has an amazing voice himself. Like I love letting him sing
amazing.
on the set.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's almost like when he sings, there's like ancestors with him.
No, real.
Yeah, ancestor
There's an
spirit,
energy
yeah.
to it that like it's just crazy.
Yeah,
It just
that's the way
goes
my
crazy.
producer Chaz rocks. The way he talked about Austin's voice is like it sounds like generations behind him. You know, it's like
And he ain't wrong.
not wrong.
He ain't wrong. And then I know, so they play. I know Shabby, Austin, they do play. But I remember you went on tour with like Kyrie, right?
Yeah, I went on tour with Hyrie.
What other tours have you done?
I did Tanel, you know, so we were going down memory lane last night at the beach and pulling up old stories and videos of tour.
Yeah.
And my first, let me back it up. My first tour was with Seedless. It's like this rock reggae band, and my very first tour, a bunch of mixed kind of people, some Islanders, some white guys, some Hispanic people. Like we were all in the bus together, and I was learning how to be on tour.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did Tanel playing, and then I did a few other shows just backing certain bands for one night. But the second tour was with Tanel. I guess I did
And
a
how
few
long
with
was that
Seedless.
run?
Tanel was like, it was a fam. Like,
Yeah.
like it was me, Austin, Tanel, John Leilua, Cork Watson, and Tony Sains. And like no backing
Dang.
tracks, nothing. We're just jammers.
Just
Just vibes. You
Yeah.
gotta stretch it, we'll stretch it, you know?
repeat the verse.
Yeah, repeat the verse, throw it back again. So, and that one was like we have such great memories because it wasn't so technical. It was just about a groove and letting Tanel sing, and Tanel always let me and Austin sing on the set too, which was beautiful. So we got to like showcase, and every band I play with has let me sing on the set, which
Yeah.
I'm blessed for.
That's
why,
so sick.
And that's why I returned that with my set. Like if I ever play a full band thing, it's not ever just me. I always let
Yeah.
the boys. Peter Paul, I let Hully get in there,
Yep.
Austin,
Yep.
Shabby when he wants to get in there. You know, I let them
Yeah.
sing their songs because that was given to me. You know, early on. So I want to return that back into the universe.
Yeah. So sick. You guys even killed it at the Mole show too.
Thank you.
That set was sick. I knew you guys added some new transitions, a new
yeah.
bunch of things. It was so sick. Honestly, I hate that yo ho. I hate that like TikTok sound. But the way you guys used it was so good.
Yeah.
Into the Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Into Harbor's Clothes.
Into Harbor's Clothes, yeah.
And you know, my dad was there too, so we put like my dad is a harbor pilot here in Guam for Cabris Marine, and like we put like radio chatter, you know,
Really?
radio chatter from like a pilot station and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So for me, it was just kind of like, we have Maolis with the Cowboys, and then
Yeah.
we're like coming in with the Pirates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool.
It was a cool night.
Yeah.
So then you collected all those years being out in LA, and then bam, it was like 2020. You joined American Song Contest.
Yeah. That was wild. I
That
mean,
was
I
wild.
always stayed away from those kind of shows. Like I had people say, "Why'd you go for The Voice? Why'd you try out like American?"
No, yeah.
It's like that ain't my jam. First
Yeah,
of all,
yeah.
who's gonna sing Valerie the best in the room? You know what I mean? Like I ain't try to compete with that. I'm a songwriter.
So real.
So I've always kind of turned that. Like any of those kind of like people asking me if I want to do that, and I would turn it all down. And then I got a phone call because Tanel had done some other production under NBC, and so they had her contact for when they're looking for bands and artists to fill all these slots for all the different territories. And Tanel got asked to do American Samoa, and they asked her if they know anybody from Guam, and Tanel's like, yeah, my bro Jason, Jason J threw my name in the mix. They hit me up, and I was like, oh Lord,
That's so sick.
I remember jumping the first phone call, and I was like, yeah, what is this? What are we doing? Like, what am I singing? And they told me I'm singing one of my songs. I weighed out the pros and cons. I was like, let's just go with the flow and try it out.
Yeah.
As long as it's my song,
Yeah.
and not like a cover or anything. Like, I could do that.
I got an email for that too, but at the time I
Dude,
didn't
so
write.
she would've
I
killed
didn't write any music, so
Yeah.
I was just like, and it was COVID, and I'm just like,
yeah.
this sounds like
Right.
this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of crazy. But you know what? During COVID, I did try to virtually audition for The Voice. I did.
You would slice right through that.
No, get this. You think so? I send in my 30 seconds. Within like 20 minutes, I get the email back. Yes, unfortunately, you will not be moving on to the next phase. So I was like, you know what? Okay,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Everyone laughed. Yeah, it's not shit crazy.
Look at you now.
Like 20 minutes later, I remember I was like, oh my God, I sent in the video. I think I did like Killing Me Softly. Got the email back. Sorry, ma'am. Thank you for your video, but we will be passing.
Is that same feeling when you didn't get accepted to the college you wanted?
Yeah,
what
right?
I mean? It's like, okay, next plan.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, I guess not.
Yeah.
I guess not.
but it's like for me, right? It was because like the moment I started, I was like, dang, like we had meetings and they kind of like wanted to adjust me to what fit for their
For the show.
their mold, their show, and then I was very like against that.
Yeah.
Like some of the things they didn't understand what the true island feeling of stuff was. They're like it's a big corporation. So
You talking music wise or
music wise, production wise, it's like even sometimes like they had ideas of retracking the song or putting to a different producer.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, only my guy touches it.
Yeah.
So I got him taken care of by the production, and he was taken
that's
care of
sick.
good. Yeah.
That's sick. So what made you like say yes? What made you be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this?
I didn't want to for the longest time.
Like what's the longest time? Like how long did it take you to
I
decide?
left them hang for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
And they're falling up.
Yeah.
Falling up hard.
Yeah.
Right? Especially because I was out in LA and the production was right there in Universal.
Yeah.
And I live like 10 minutes from Universal Studios. So I'm like a local, didn't have to worry about flying me or getting me out.
Yep.
So what were we saying?
What made you say yes?
I just thought about it hard.
Yeah.
I was like, a big part of me was saying don't do it, and the other side was like, what happens if like it pops off?
Yeah.
So I had like my imagination started running like, whoa, this could change my life. You know. But as the show went on, like there's a kind of reality that sets in that there is like a plan behind the backstage, of like what it'll be, and I just like I realized that like I had to be realistic with myself, and I did get a lot of growth from the show.
You did.
I did, yeah.
Even
like,
the island popped
yeah,
off.
yeah.
They were so excited that you were on there.
I got a lot of growth, and I'm blessed for that. But I got to meet some killer artists in that hotel. Like we were all vibing in the hotel, like
That's sick.
like parking lot jam sessions and just kicking it, having drinks, closing out the bar at the hotel.
Yeah.
Because we were there for almost 2 weeks together.
Wow.
So there's a lot of time. We had a lot of time.
That is a lot of time.
Yeah.
And were your days like they were consistently just jam packed with whatever the competition needed?
Yeah, there's like press conferences. I probably did. There's a day the day after my episode, I did like I want to say maybe 60 different interviews, like a red carpet. So there's like 50, 60 stations or like a news report, like, and you got to answer these questions back to back, which really helped me like talk like this.
Yes.
And just try to be like more personable, or you know. So it was I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that show, and it definitely came out on the end like a lot stronger and tougher. Because you know,
how far did you get? I tried to search that up, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, they cleared out the early on guys. I was part of the early on guys. You know, they cleared all that information out. Luckily, I saved the video. They only kept like the finalist videos up.
I'm like, I couldn't find anything.
Swipe us out like that, dude. So you know, but like, yeah, I'm still in contact with all the people that were in my episode. So
see, that's
super cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So when you joined the show, did you already have Midnight already written, or was Midnight one of those things? Yeah.
You know, it's like for me, Midnight, like I love the way Midnight turned out, but I loved it more before I got the call for America's Song Contest. Midnight was like, I was like, dude, we got something here.
Yeah.
And we had to like rush it to finish it for the show.
Did you have to finish it before you got on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had, like the pressure was on. And I was like, man.
Did everyone have to do that? Everyone's song had to be done?
Some people had their songs for years already.
Yeah, for sure.
It just never had. It couldn't be released.
Yeah.
They had to be like unreleased music, and we had to show it to them. And they literally were kind of like picking what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So I sent them Midnight, and if they didn't like it, then I was just gonna tell them like,
never mind,
take me off the show. Like,
hey, period. You know, stand on it.
Stand on it, dude. So they're trying to like, but they actually enjoyed it. You know, Kelly Clarkson told me that my song was a favorite of everything.
Hey.
Yeah, she told me. My mom and dad are right there. She goes, "Your son's song is my favorite of all the songs."
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was like, hey, Kelly, what's up?
What's up, girl?
What's up, Kelly?
Girl?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What does Snoop Dogg say?
Snoop Dogg, I mean, he was getting stoned, more and more stoned throughout the whole thing. So, like, no one was allowed to smoke weed.
Yeah. Like the contestants?
Yeah, except for him.
Except for him. Yeah. Would they drug test you?
No, I'm sorry, in the production area.
Oh, yeah, right? It's Snoop Dogg, right? I mean, he is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Let's be so real.
That's in the contract.
Right?
For him. Yeah.
If you pull up on the stage with a joint, it's like
who the hell are you?
Okay, Guam.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, island of Guam.
For reals, dude.
And then even, that's so funny that you mentioned 50 to 60 interviews, because I watched one of yours. Yeah. It was on YouTube. And then you said Midnight was a song where you were leaving one of your late night gigs in Guam. The song's about you leaving one of your late night gigs and making it back home in time before your other half falls asleep. Yeah. That's sick.
It's like, just hold on. I'm coming.
But
you know?
Midnight?
Because it's weird, like, as musicians, we come home and, like, if your other half is not a musician, like, they're going to be sleeping.
Yeah.
Unless
they're a night owl.
Unless they're not, which is, for me,
Rare.
it's not, right? So there's a lot of times where I'm like, hey, just stay awake a little bit longer. I'll be there, you know? So that's just the vibe, just me, like, trying to fly home in the car.
What was your biggest takeaway from the show?
The biggest takeaway was, I want to say that there are some wild artists out there that some think that they're godly, you know? And there's some who are just don't even think highly of themselves. And like in American Song Contest, they had every spectrum of that. They have ones where like you walk in the room and like their management's like, who are you? Can you move? We're gonna take this table, you know? And then you have ones that like had no one there but themselves, you know? And like me and Tanel, like the moment I took the show because Tanel was gonna be there too.
Sick. Yeah,
Like,
right.
I mean,
like, who does? It doesn't hurt to have a friend.
Me and her were buddy, like we were partners. You know what I mean? And we already been on tour together, so it's like through that craziness of like, what the hell are we into right now? Like we were able to confide in each other and be like, hey, you killed it, or you killed it.
Sick.
Maybe switch this up, or maybe switch this up. You know?
Yeah.
So it's always been nice, but yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Wait. So what's your biggest?
The biggest take back is that there are a lot of levels to this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of levels. So even some of the bigger acts had things set up for them
Oh, okay.
that others
Yeah.
didn't. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of levels to things, and like, you know, even the expectations I had in my mind, how my imagination can run so wild. Like there's a reality to a lot of things, and there's tiers and levels to
Yeah.
everything.
Do you think living in LA helped you, like, navigate that show?
I think so a little bit, but I feel like I barely scratched the surface. It was like more like I went into the machine and then went one cycle and got spit out. You know, when you first get there, like, oh, we love you, blah, blah, blah. And then the moment you get cut from the episode, it's like, hey, the van call's over here, hotel, check out tomorrow morning. And no one talks to you, you know? So it's like, there's like almost like if you expect too much, you kind of let yourself down, you know?
Yeah.
And I had some friends who were in the show who were let go and were mad about it. I'm over here like, bro, I'm just enjoying whatever this is, you know? And like Guam gave me more recognition after the show. Like they gave me more support, you know, like
For sure.
I got to see that. And it was just beautiful. So I was winning already. But some of my other homeboys, like they came from small towns and
Yeah.
didn't really, you know what I mean?
Aw.
But
Yeah, something about Guam, you know?
Yeah.
Something about just being from the islands.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Tanel felt that love too.
Yeah, she got it for so many directions.
She
too.
got far too,
She got
right?
far. She was a finalist, right?
Woo!
So big ups to Nell.
Big up!
She's on the island right now.
Who was your favorite artist out of your season? Are they still going with that show?
No.
Oh, T.
Discontinued. So one time.
T.
One
Okay,
time,
so what was your
baby.
favorite artist?
Alan Stone was my favorite. I got
Yeah.
to talk to Alan Stone like a few times, like in the lobby and stuff. And I didn't realize I was behind him when I first met him because I had already been a fan of Alan Stone.
Yeah.
And like we had to wear masks and get COVID tests every morning, like it was protocol, you know. And there's one morning I was right behind him, and he took his mask off to stick his nose, and right when he was sticking the thing in his nose, I was like, "Holy shit, Alan Stone!" Right when they're sticking his fucking shit in, and he.
And then what did he say?
He was freaking out because I said Alan Stone right as they put it in, you know. He was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." But
No
yeah,
pictures, no pictures.
yeah, I was like, "I'm sorry, dude." They probably went deeper in his nose when they said that. So yeah, so you know, I got to talk to him, and he's like, "Man, I liked your song," and he gave me some props on the song, and I was like,
Dude,
but-
yeah, Alan
but
Stone
he was the most talented one. He
Was
was
the
a-
craziest one out of that.
yeah, he was a
season.
unicorn in the bunch. I was like,
He was also. I did not expect him to join that contest too.
right? I was like, who? I've been sitting there like, why am I here right now? You know, like, I mean, who else? We had Michael Bolton on the lineup. There's Jewel.
Wait, what you mean? Who's
On
that?
the other episode, Michael Bolton?
Who's that?
You don't know Michael Bolton, dude? I didn't pull up a Michael Bolton song. The guy with the really big voice from back in the day. Oh, I'm just gonna bother.
No,
me.
no, yeah, no. Well, no, that's not.
Michael Bolton.
I was like, who's
But
Michael?
he's like a yeah. I'll show you later. You
Okay,
know,
okay,
you
yeah,
know,
show
you
me
know.
later, show me later.
Yeah, Jules in there. Cisco.
Cisco. Yeah, I heard Cisco
Thong
before.
Song, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there, and I'm like, dang, he doesn't move as fast as he used to. But it's just like there's like high level people who are like
Yep.
there, and then there's like, you know, us bottom feeders.
Yeah.
We were the bottom feeders, but we were the real ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're kicking the parking lot, but like the top people weren't even at our hotel. They were put somewhere else. Alan Stone was with us, but like Cisco, those guys are somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we never saw them in the lobby.
Yeah.
You know?
That was 2020, right?
Yeah.
Now we fast forward, you've been opening up shows for artists, you've been creating your own music, you've been coming back home to do shows, and then you get on this contest. If you were to like go back to your 18-year-old self, what piece of advice would you tell yourself?
I would say to not take so much time. Not take so much time like running in the same circle, you know, because I'm 37 now, you know what I mean? I've been doing this for a while now, and I feel like if I had more realization that time is ticking, even from a younger age, like those years fly by. So I feel
They
like
do.
if I could talk to that Jason, I'd be like, yo, like, get off your ass. Like, there's work to do.
Yeah.
You know, and like the more work you do now, the farther you can get down the line. You know, and I don't regret anything in my journey. Like everything has happened for a reason, and I'm aware of that. But if I could go back and talk to my old self, it'd been like, yo, don't play this gig anymore. Like, figure something else out, or get back in the studio and record now.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you give me a nightmare gig story before we split?
Nightmare gig story. Playing in a band. I'm not gonna say which band or what group. But I was with some friends, and we got so drunk before we played.
How many sets did you have to do?
Just one set.
Okay.
But it was the beginning of the tour. We got so drunk prior. I don't know why we decided to rage in the RV. We got so drunk to the point where I couldn't even play guitar. I'm on stage and I'm like, and I look over to the other guys and they're all like, and then I look into the crowd and there's all these peers in the music scene, people who like I look up to as artists or musicians. I see this group of musicians looking up at us like, and I'm like, oh my God, like I was holding my guitar strings and like hitting the strings, but not making the noise, just like, like, you know, like it was crazy.
Was your singer trash too?
Yeah, we were all trash, and it was like a real show, and it was bad. So I'm not gonna say names, but
yeah, we don't need to. I couldn't even imagine.
And then seeing people that that like in other bands that know you, and then they're looking at you like, or some of them I haven't even met personally yet. I know of them.
This is your first.
This is my first impression. Oh my God, dude! I'm talking like I could barely see my fingers, and like I probably just hunched over like this, you know. And I look over, and nobody's hitting the part, you know, like it's just nightmare, dude. So we got through the whole show. I don't know how.
Did you ever have to sing, or you were just
you
were hired as the guitarist?
Yeah, I always had to sing. Every time I played guitar, I always doing harmony. Austin was with me on that one. I'll say that name. Austin was drunk too. We were drunk. I don't know why we drank so much that night though. For some reason.
And this was the first night of tour.
First night of tour. It was wild, dude. I went after I woke up next day. I was like, bro, that was so embarrassing. Like,
did you guys have a show the next day?
Yeah, which we were okay because we didn't drink so much, you know. But we were almost all blackout
Dude,
level.
That is
we were
so
almost
funny.
It was so messed up.
Well, Jay, I want to say thank you so much. I wish we had more time.
Yeah.
But we were on a time crunch because Jay has a gig before he leaves Guam tomorrow. Yeah. He has his own little gig where he took my band members, but that's okay. That's okay. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. But thank you so much for being literally our first guest of season 2.
Let's go.
Woo woo. Where can our listeners and viewers find you and your music?
On all streaming platforms under Jason J with a period after the J.
Oh, with the
Crucial.
Crucial.
I wish I made an exclamation mark. I think that would have been cooler.
Yeah.
Jason J.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to rebrand that. If you try to go and change all your artist name, it's like you got to jump.
Yeah, you have to change like so many things. You got to
go through some crazy hoops to get that done. So Jason J, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
Instagram, jasonj.music. Same with Facebook. And that's about it.
It was so much fun. I just want to say thank you to Jay. Thank you to our listeners. I want to say thank you to the Clutch Music team. I'm your host, KPV. You can find me on Instagram at kpv.music. Thank you, Dream State fam. Peace.
Let's go.